Have you ever gotten a raise, paid off a credit card, maybe received a tax refund, or had a little extra money show up and immediately started looking at bigger houses, newer cars, or remodeling projects? Today, we are talking about one of the biggest financial mistakes families make. And it's not because they're irresponsible, mostly because nobody showed them how to measure what they can truly afford. And just because the bank says yes, it doesn't mean your piece should say yes. Today, I'll show you how to know whether a big purchase supports your life or quietly steals your financial freedom. Friend, get your notebook and a pen and let's dive in. If you're tired of debt calling your choices, bills running your day, and groceries eating your paycheck, and ready to finally live life on your terms, debt-free, guilt-free, and unstoppable, welcome to the Financial Planning Podcast. Hi, I'm Deanna, a mom of four, creator of the Two-Line Budget, a believer in big dreams and God-given purpose. I help working moms break free from financial overwhelm, take control of their money, and build the clarity, confidence, and peace you need to make wise financial decisions. Here you'll discover simple and practical financial solutions designed to strengthen your home and build lasting financial stability, and maybe enjoy a weekend escape. Because when money becomes simple, your whole life opens up. And I'm here to show you how. Whether you're dreaming about a new home, a new car, a bathroom remodel, paying for college, or finally taking that family vacation you've been putting off, one thing matters most: having a plan before you sign the paperwork. That's exactly why I created Financial Stability Coaching. In just 1 hour session, we'll create a personalized financial roadmap that helps you understand what you can truly afford and how to prepare for your next big purchase and how to move toward it without sacrificing your peace, your savings, or your future goals. Together, we'll organize your finances with a proven, simple money system. Then we'll identify where your money is going now. Then we'll create a realistic path toward your goal and build confidence in your financial decisions. I'll help you avoid taking on more debt than your life can comfortably support. And all this without spreadsheets, without complicated budgeting apps, and no juggling multiple accounts or debit cards. With just a simple, practical plan designed to fit your real life. And if you've been wondering, can we really afford this? Let's find the answer together. Book your Financial Stability Coaching session today at dianagalas.com/coaching. It's DIANAGALAS/coaching. And let's start building the roadmap to the life you're working so hard for. Now, Mark and Sarah finally got the news they'd been waiting for: a $500 monthly raise. And it felt like the breathing room they'd been praying for. And to celebrate, they immediately upgraded to a newer SUV with a quote-unquote manageable monthly payment of $450. And on paper, the math was perfect. The raise covered the bill with room to spare. But then life happened. First, the transmission on their second car failed. Then, unexpected $600 medical copay hit the kitchen table. Next, their son's school announced the required field trip fee. And suddenly, their annual summer vacation arrived. And by the time they looked at the bank account in July, the $500 raise was nowhere to be found. It had been swallowed whole by a shiny car payment that left zero margin for the real, messy expenses of a working family. They were making more money than ever, yet they felt more strapped than when they started. The raise hadn't bought them freedom. It had simply increased the quiet weight they were carrying. And the interesting thing, the problem wasn't the house or the car. The real problem was that they never checked whether the purchase fit their life. And this brings us to the first major shift you need to make in your thinking. Mark and Sarah made a mistake that almost every high-achieving professional makes at some point. Because banks approve based on income, but you live based on reality. Now, let's pull back the curtain on how the system actually works. When you go to a lender, they look at one thing, your debt to income, right? DTI ratio. It's a cold, hard formula. They look at your salary, they look at your existing loans, and if the math works, they hand you the keys, right? But here's the danger. A bank's formula is a snapshot, not a strategy. The bank spreadsheet has zero line items for the life you actually lead. They don't know that your middle child is going to need braces in 6 months, that you're a part of the sandwich generation, quietly helping your aging parents with their medical costs. Your bank doesn't care if your grocery prices just jumped 20% and your Target run is now a major financial event. And most importantly, your bank don't know your dreams, the sabbatical you want to take, or the legacy you want to build. And they certainly don't know your stress tolerance. A bank might say you can handle a mortgage that takes up 40% of your take-home pay, but they aren't the ones lying awake at 2 a.m. wondering if you have enough in the what if fund. They approve you based on what you make, but friend, you have to survive based on what you spend and how you feel about it. Now, it's time to stop letting a cubicle in your workspace determine your peace of mind. Because at the end of the day, the bank only sees numbers, but you have to live the life. Now, let's look at a truth we often ignore until it's screaming at us from the kitchen table, right? Debt costs more than money. And as a professional woman, we are trained to look at the interest rate, right? We look at the 4.5% rate or the 22% rate and think we understand the cost. But friend, I'm telling you, the real cost of debt isn't just the APR. It's the tax it takes on your soul. Debt has a hidden ledger of costs that never show up on a bank statement. First of all, it kills your flexibility. It turns a career choice into golden handcuffs. You can't take that lower paying, higher joy job because you're serving a payment. And then it creates a mental load tax, because that is the invisible tab always open in the back of your brain, draining your executive focus. Then it fuels arguments. It's hard to be a team, right? With your spouse when every conversation starts with a sigh over a credit card balance. And then also shrinks your world. There is less room to be the generous woman you want to be. It leaves less room for spontaneous fun and zero room for the opportunities God puts in your path because your margin is already spoken for. Think about this story. Friend, maybe you lived it. Imagine a family finally takes that much needed beach vacation. They're sitting on the sand. The kids are playing. The sun is setting. But Sarah can't relax. Instead of tasting the salt air, she's tasting the better math in her head. She's calculating that the dinner they just ate is going to sit on a 22% interest card for the next 6 months. They're at the beach, but they aren't present. They can't enjoy the waves because they're too busy worrying about the payment waiting for them at home. And when we carry debt, we aren't just paying back money. We are paying with our peace, our presence, and our future yes. Because, friend, that is a thief of your focus. But clarity is the key to your freedom. And now it's time to stop paying for your past so you can start investing in your purpose. So, how do we avoid the trap Mark and Sarah fell into? How do you really know, if the new purchase fits your life before you sign on the dotted line? What we need, friend, is a filter, and that filter is the 2-line budget. Okay, how to know if you can afford new debt? Friend, you don't need a 40-tab spreadsheet to find the answer. What you need is a high-level clarity. First, we establish your must-pays. These are your living necessities, the 4 walls, the utilities, your groceries. This is the foundation. Next, we look at your daily expenses. This is where we get honest. I want you to look at your bank statement and, on the spot, identify and stop the expenses that are stealing from you. I'm talking about the ghost subscriptions, the convenience fees, and those mindless purchases that are thieves of your peace and your future. And when you collapse those 17 confusing categories into just 2 simple lines, you finally see the truth. You create space, not just for bills, but for the fundamental needs that make your life beautiful and enjoyable. Because if your budget doesn't allow for rest and joy, you won't stick to it. And friend, before you ever say yes to a new payment, I want you to run it through this 5-question financial audit. Get your notebook and a pen right here and write it down. Question number 1, can I still save? Or does this payment eat my ability to build wealth? Question 2, can I still enjoy my life today? Or will I have to cut out the life-giving extras just to serve this debt? Question number 3, can I still handle emergencies? If the transmission goes out again, do I still have any breathing room? Now, question 4. Would I buy this if my income dropped 10%? If the bonus goes away or the client contract ends, is this still a yes or does it become a no's? Question number 5. Does this move me toward my goals or away from them? Does this upgrade get me closer to the time freedom I want? Or does it chain me to my desk for another 5 years or more? And if you can't answer a confident yes to all 5, it's not an investment. It's a liability in disguise. Friend, you are a leader in your career. It's time to be the CEO of your household finances. And I want you to share a victory from one of my clients to show you that this isn't just theory. It's transformation. I was working with a busy mom who, just like you, was thriving in her career but felt totally squeezed at home. She had been staring at her outdated, leaking bathroom for years. Every morning as she got ready for work, that bathroom was a physical reminder of her lack of funds, right? Then she looked at the cost of a remodel and her heart sank. She was convinced she simply couldn't afford it without opening a new high-interest credit line at the hardware store. But instead of signing for another payment, we sat down and organized her finances. We didn't do a 40-tab deep dive. What we did, we just implemented the 2-line budget. We collapsed the noise of her 17 categories and got hyper-focused on her must-pays versus her life expenses. And once the financial fog cleared, something amazing happened. She found her margin. And by identifying the ghost expenses and the mindless leaks that were draining her daily, she discovered she actually had the money. It was just being stolen by tiny cuts. And over the next few months, she intentionally channeled that newfound margin into a specific bucket. She didn't just guess. She knew exactly what she was building. And friends, she saved $105,000 in cash. She completed that bathroom project without creating a single penny of new debt. There wasn't 24% interest payment waiting for her at the end of the day. It was just a beautiful space that reminded her every morning that she was a leader, not a follower of her money. And the lesson here is simple but life-changing. Friends, clarity creates options. When you stop guessing, you start leading. And when you lead, you realize that the life you want isn't behind a credit card application. It's already in your hands, waiting for a better system. Much simpler method. Now, friend, if you take only one thing away from our time together today, let it be this. Debt isn't dangerous simply because of the monthly payment. Debt becomes dangerous the moment that payment starts controlling your future. And when your past spending starts making decisions for your future self, friend, you've lost the lead. But today is the day you take the wheel back. And if you're tired of the financial fog, and you're ready to see exactly where your margin is hiding, I want to work with you one-on-one. I'm opening up spots for a financial stability coaching session, and you can grab yours right now at dianagalas.com/coaching. It's at dianagalas.com/coaching. Inside this session, we aren't just going to look at numbers. We are going to build your roadmap. You will learn how to organize your finances simply without the 40-tab headache. Then how to know what you can truly afford before you ever talk to a bank. Then how to plan for big purchases like that bathroom remodel or a new car without sacrificing your peace. And how to use the 2-line budget to save, to spend, and to actually enjoy your life today. Friend, stop guessing and start leading. Book your session at dianagalas.com/coaching. Imagine this. You're sitting at your kitchen table and looking at a new opportunity. The car dealer says yes. The mortgage lender says yes. The financing company says yes. In the past, that was enough. But now you have a new standard. Instead of asking, "Can I get approved?" you look at your 2-line budget and you ask, "Does this fit the life I'm building?" Friend, that one question alone can change your entire financial future. And that is exactly what I want for you. I want more peace in your home, more confidence in your decisions, and more freedom in your schedule. And way less wondering if you're just one emergency away from a breakdown. And if this episode helped you find a little bit of that peace today, I would be honored to read your 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts. Just scroll down to the review section, click those 5 stars, and write a few words about what really touched you today. Leaving a review doesn't just help the show, it actually encrypts your important takeaways into your own mind and ensures you're much more likely to implement them. Friend, you deserve to drive a car you love, live in a home that brings you joy, and go on vacations with a total peace of mind when you know that your money is truly serving your beautiful life. By leading your day with confidence and a grateful heart. And I talk to you in a few days. I am glad you joined me today. If this episode lifted some weight off your shoulders, pass that lightness on to another woman who could use it too. Make sure to follow the Financial Planning Podcast so each week you can unwrap simple money strategies helping you design and build financial stability at your home and experience the clarity, peace, and direction your life is craving. You're doing better than you think, truly. Keep going and keep leading your money, not chasing it. Right here, your clarity grows, your confidence builds, and your new financial story begins. 1 week, 1 step, 1 win at a time.